Hey guys, good long way back. I'm Aaron.
I'm Melanie.
And we're back with Supergirl after last time when James died. Right?
Shut up, Aaron. At least all we know is that he's been shot. And he was shot from behind, so probably paralyzed.
He might have been shot to the heart, and it's too late.
You're to blame.
Anyway. Besides that, we had maybe the end of the elites. I don't know, Menagerie was caught, and the invisible guy was caught, and the Hat Man lost his hat and ran away, right?
Yeah, so does he have his powers without his hat? We don't really know, because we don't know too much about that character.
I don't think he has anything without his hat. I think his hat has all the things. I don't know. Anyway, so the elite could be gone. We also have the shooting of James, and we also had the attempt to repel the Alien Amnesty Act, right?
Right, with Lockwood. Yep, and
which was stopped because of the march and everything that happened, right?
The protest, yep.
So the president decided not to go for that. So I don't know. Did someone shoot James because of the Amnesty Act? Someone shoot James because of the elite, because of diving into L Corp, because of, why? Yeah. So, let's find out. Because we had a poll. Let's see what you guys thought. What we should have had was another option. We didn't have another option. But, oh well.
I told you to put another option.
Who do you think ordered the attack on James? We had 17% say Manchester Black.
Oh, okay.
23% say Ben Lockwood. 24% say Lena Luthor. And 33% say the president. I think
That's
our things
really
also
close.
I think our things also had it where it was like more so like it wasn't Lena Luthor, but was it related to Lena Luthor?
Yeah.
Was it related to Manchester Black and the elites doing it or something?
Right.
So I think it was kind of the way it was worded. But anyway, alrighty. Dobby says, I think a sympathizer of the Children of Liberty did it, but not ordered by Ben.
Okay.
Matthew Murphy says none of the above. Let's see what else we got.
That would have been good for another option.
Darth says, I know who it was, but I shan't say.
Ooh, so I wonder if there's, like, if this is along the comic book line, or...
I don't know. Thomas says someone or something else. I think they did to motivate or blackmail Lena. And then David says, my first theory is that it's Haley. Meant to motivate Lena to accelerate the human trials. But after we talked about that, after what they did with Haley, we said maybe not. Second theory is Lena's assistant. Told her basically shut up by Lena when she had info to report about the L Corp.
I don't know. I don't think she has the courage to go out and shoot someone.
Yeah, and I think she has a connection with James where she wouldn't do that. You know what I mean?
She used to be an employee of L Corp. Not L Corp, the writing.
Yeah. Like Anthony says, I think it was Eve trying to protect Lena, so I voted for Lena. But I honestly wouldn't put it past Lena either.
Oh.
So.
Oh, dark. That was a low blow. I love Lena.
And then Dip also agrees that believe it could be Hale trying to do it to make the super soldier serum faster. So
yeah. Even
though a lot of people are saying Lena in the comments, we still have more votes towards the president. So we'll have to see what happens here in the future. And who did it, what happens to James. Hopefully James is okay. He's not dead, but we will find out now if he's dead. He's dead.
We human beings all live in an unwalled city.
Who's that voice?
Do you know who said that?
Please, Lex. You don't have to do this.
Lex?
What?
I'm doing this for us.
What?
The entire human race.
They brought Lex into this? Whoa.
He's bald. That's the guy from 2.5 Men.
Cheering. And it was Epicurus.
The God Lex you killed.
Oh, that's right. We must put faith in ourselves.
This is a dream, right?
I don't know.
Look up. A false god.
At least he's a good man.
He is not a man!
Man. Okay, yeah, that's true. He's not a man.
I was the man of tomorrow, not him! Not him! They're gonna thank me.
So this is really happening.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. How'd he make a red sun?
How's he out of jail? Isn't he in prison?
I don't know. Today. Wait, did it say before, later? Did I miss that?
I don't know. Maybe?
I missed you.
A stroke?
Yeah. Alright, we have Lex.
Yeah. And a Lex suit.
So was Lex behind this? Oh, the Superman call.
Who pressed? Oh. A Goonie?
I don't know.
I'm numb, top to bottom. My guts are nuts. There's blood in my...
Okay, that's enough.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be hidden.
What was the point of pulling strings to get you DEO resources if not to test your drug on humans?
I didn't ask for that.
Oh.
And if Colonel Haley knew you were behind it.
She doesn't.
He pulled
No one
strings
does.
together, DEO?
That sucks.
But now I wonder if you... Seems he started with James.
We have to find him.
Didn't he
Stay
have a
with
laser
you,
gun
yes.
though?
Yeah, something high
Right
tech.
now, I'll find Manchester. This ends today.
He's so quick to jump on Manchester. But I love his
But he's
jacket.
manhunting him.
I love his jacket.
Of course you do.
You and I both know the limitations of modern medicine.
I mean, even best case scenario would leave James paralyzed.
Don't
Your
push
serum
for it.
Could heal him entirely.
Don't push for it.
Yeah.
What is
Whoa.
this place?
Where are we?
This
Look
is
at
where
the
my
symbol.
father died.
Oh. Oh, fire.
Why do you even care about Jimmy? I thought you two broke up and good riddance.
Pushed James away because if he found out about us working together, it would destroy our relationship.
Oh, because of the DEO.
So she knew about that.
To work with you.
I'm FBI, and I have extensive medical training.
Sorry without a court order.
I'm next of kin. Sorry, I just got off a red eye. I'm Kelly Olsen,
Whoa.
James's sister. Did you say FBI?
I'm proud of you.
This has to be like a long con, right?
I don't
Let's get
know.
back to work. This sentimentality will kill me faster than the cancer.
We can't just track Manchester. We'll have to find him another way.
Yeah, but didn't he say if he does this to him, Manchester can do it back?
If he taps into his mind, yeah. Maybe he's doing something else.
Maybe they can tell.
I don't think you can imagine the world without him in it. Come on, let's get back to work.
Give himself powers.
Yep, he is. He's making it, buffing it up.
James means the world to us.
Of course. James has always been more of a chosen family kind of guy. Speaking of, where is your sister?
Oh no.
We need help in here.
He's calling.
Her family has done some terrible things.
Yep.
Many of them to my brother. Those things have nothing to do with me. That doesn't mean I'm willing to put my brother's life in her hands. I just want what's
Good.
best for James. So do I.
Good. I'm glad that she has a strong backbone.
Yeah, I'm just.
BPM is 92 and rising.
I have to call Lena. Good luck with your investigation.
Oh, I hate her not knowing anymore.
Yeah, I know. It sucks.
99%.
You came from love. And if the rest of this family stands steadily in darkness, you will always fall into the light.
Aww,
I want to trust him and like him, but.
I know. Dang it. I don't want to like him.
I hope he doesn't screw her over.
Kara, how was Alex?
Dead? Like me?
What's going on?
What?
I'm here. It's me. You're okay. You're safe.
What was that?
Was that the stick thing?
I don't know. He said Manchester. Manchester messing with his mind.
That sounds familiar. Kara.
Oh, she's mad
it's
at
been
her. Ah.
forever. Sorry it took me so long to get here.
Oh, it's weird.
I
not
know.
knowing.
Oh, makes me aggravated.
Kara, Alex.
I think this event has forced me to process every difficult thing I've ever experienced, and I still can't even get a choco.
Ooh. On the lights.
Spark?
Oh no.
Power surge?
Oh no.
Ah,
James could die if the power goes out.
It powers the whole city.
this is. Ah!
Oh. Oh no.
about the drug, just in case. We have to find Lena. Now.
Oh, crap!
How's she gonna fix that?
Why did she even come? She's the one that caused it. She's doing this solo?
Yeah, otherwise people would be considered accessories to a crime. Jesus!
Has to go through the heart, babe.
You'll lose everything.
He's already shot through the heart once. Oh. He's getting mad. Ah! God, why are you doing this to me?
Oh, wow.
Oh, it's working. Is he killing Manchester Black? Whoa.
Beautiful.
Whoa.
What?
Did he just kill him?
No, no way.
There's the ring.
Let's go see James.
Oh my gosh.
One thing I do know. I am not a man of peace.
Oh.
He's a man of Hunter.
If I may,
We don't need to talk about it.
I must. It pains me to say, you and I can never be together.
Right, well, if Keanu Reeves says.
Don't speak. It makes this more difficult.
Oh, you figured it all out. Well, mostly. You missed one big thing.
Yeah, the story about my mother was just another lie to manipulate me.
No, that was true. That's what made it so effective. But I also had Jimmy shot. Unfortunately, that wasn't as effective a cattle prod as I'd hoped.
You were sick.
Exactly. Which is why I had someone give me the cure 10 minutes ago.
I knew it. Who gave him the cure?
That cop. He's been faking it the whole time. Oh!
We're dead.
No, you're dead.
This test marker!
What? What? No, image inducer.
Sorry, not sorry.
Image inducer, right? Shh.
How long? Forever. It's nothing personal.
Oh!
How did she know?
Supergirl.
Dang it! Dang it! What did it say?
Oh, okay. It was
There you go.
just spelled out.
Yeah, I thought it said it. I'm like, I must have missed it.
Because we were talking about James.
Probably. Jeez. Alright, well, I didn't think they were going to bring Lex into this.
No, ever. Like,
Well,
ever.
it's a thing of like, okay, so you have Supergirl. Let's give her Supergirl villains versus like what versus giving the Superman villains, right? Like Arrow right now, a lot of Arrow's storylines have been Batman storylines.
Okay.
A lot of the same things, like with the Ra's al Ghul and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of things that they've been bringing into the Green Arrow that have been based on like Batman stories.
Okay, yeah, I see that.
With Supergirl, I didn't think they'd bring in like Superman's biggest, baddest villain for Supergirl.
No, like, I figured since we had a female protagonist that they were sticking with female antagonists, you know? Just to keep it girly, I guess.
Which we've done for the most part, except for Lockwood. Lockwood's
Yeah.
been the first kind of villain that we've had, which we didn't have any Lockwood in this episode at all.
No, we did not. But this episode had me just as angry as all the Lockwood episodes.
There's so many times watching Lex where I'm like, oh man, I don't want to like him because everything has taught me that Lex Luthor is never truthful and honest or any of that, you know? So,
Exactly.
So all the times you're doing that, I'm always in my head like, oh man, I love this conversation about Lena's mom, but I don't trust him.
That, like he said, it was the truth of what he said about Lena's mom, so that's why it made it so powerful. I'm like, dang. But, so this is the guy from 2.5 Men. I watched a lot of 2.5 Men growing up.
That's who he is?
Yeah.
That's weird. Okay.
And, exactly, because, you know, being Charlie Sheen's brother, he was so, like, passive and like, you know, like he was a psychiatrist or some type of doctor, but like seeing him as this strong antagonist that is just powerful and manipulative is like, what? Like,
well, yeah, the thing turning the sun into a red sun to kill Superman
but his
and stuff.
watch.
No, that wasn't. He's already done it. The watch blew up the helicopter.
No, he did the watch to turn off the sun. Yeah.
Don't think so.
Uh-huh.
They're gonna thank me.
It's about to end.
Yeah. He turns off the sun, though.
No, but he turned the sun to a red sun, babe. He turned the sun into a red sun.
I thought...
Live in an unwalled city.
There's only one time he touches his watch, and it's to blow up the helicopter. Right here in just a second.
Oh, okay.
Because see, it's already a red sun. You can tell from the glare and everything.
Yeah, I thought he... Never mind. Okay. So, but he has this OP watch. Like, his technology is just insane.
Well, I imagine the watch for that, the helicopter came in, he pushed something and it shot it out of the sky and blew it up. The way it seemed, though, was that, oh, there's a helicopter, boom, and it just blew up.
Yeah.
That's the way I thought it was.
Well, I guess that's why I thought it turned back into, like, yellow or something, but just the explosion.
All right. But, I mean, he has that thing in the hall thing, his courtyard. I didn't get the landmine thing and the way the cops were there. It seemed a little weird. But everything else was pretty good. Like, I didn't like the cops are coming in and they're like, oh.
Yeah, gotcha.
And then they're all just running across. They see him, they're just running across.
Yeah, they're not shooting. Like, especially if they knew that their men were down, they would shoot on sight.
Yeah, and there's this guy blows up and the other guys all keep running at him.
And there's
As
no
opposed to the
gunfire.
first one was fine, because like it was like, what? Freeze! And there's like 4 or 5 guys in that little corridor kind of area, and then it all opens up and they all get shot.
Well, lasered. Yeah.
Yeah, so I get that one, but I didn't get the other one.
Yeah, I guess I see what you're saying. I thought you meant like the landmines. I'm like, that's completely Lex. The landmines are. But just the cops being kind of goofy and slow.
Well, the landmine seemed like a terrible idea, because you're going to walk through there too.
Well, no, they were set off by his watch also.
No, they weren't.
What?
No,
I thought he
no, they
pressed
weren't.
it again.
No, he's sitting there dancing and doing this. He wasn't doing like the only time he blew anything up was, or used his watch there, was for them.
For that.
No, it's like,
right?
oh, there's just landmines here and they blew up. Like he goes like this. But like he points him. But see, he never touches his watch, they just start blowing up. I'm like, what? The landmines? I don't understand.
And I love his smile.
Yeah, and then I love that he yells Miss Tessmacher. It reminds me of the movies and stuff, because like, was it Gene Hackman? Like, Miss Tessmacher! Miss Tessmacher! You just yell like this, but he did that, and she came running, but she's for him forever, the whole time. I didn't want to. Whenever she first showed up, I remember her showing up in what was it, Supergirl season.
Because Mon-El was doing her in the paper room.
Yeah, it was season 2, right? And I was like, okay, well, that's interesting that she's here, but I thought she was the secretary for Lex. Why would she be here? We're done with the Lex story. He's off in jail or whatever, I guess, right? So either A, he gets out and she's there, it's just another story they're going with. They just have her in here to whatever. But
yeah, helping Lena, like it's a parallel.
But they bring her in there. I hate it. I wonder if she shot James.
Do you think her shot's that good? I think he shot James.
That's possible too. I don't know.
Because he's a marksman or whatever.
But I knew it was going to be related to having to do the superpowers, because not only was it a shot, then you summoned Supergirl. You didn't have to summon Supergirl.
No, and it had the black glove.
You wanted him to be found and not dead, you know? So.
But not only that, the doctor said it's unlike any bullet that we have ever seen. So I was like,
make sure it was damaged.
That it was shattered. Like the way it shattered, destroyed many parts of his body, and that's why he was bleeding out too. So, but the fact that it was no bullet that they've ever seen, I thought immediately Lex. Because we just saw Lex, and I'm like, everything's lighting up and it's stupid.
But I don't know. It's just, so they broke up. Lena and James did, because Lena didn't want James to know that she was going to be working with the DEO. So the phone call she got a long time ago, we're like, what's that phone call about? Must have been...
I'll pull strings to get you into the DEO?
Maybe something from Lex, and that's why she was kind of fighting it at first, even though she could have used it to help progress her studies, and then she split with James. That's why she was like, let's go to Paris, let's get out of here. I don't know. Okay.
So, does the serum that she used to save James still have that super ability? Because Haley's all been all about, I need my superpowered soldiers.
Yeah.
So...
I mean, that healing ability is a superpower in itself.
I guess that's true, yeah.
You can imagine being on the battlefield, you get shot, you just take out the bullet, it heals, you keep going.
Oh, wow, yeah.
You know what I mean? If you just had that ability, that's a great thing to have for soldiers.
Just super healing?
Yeah, I mean, you probably still feel the pain, but then you take it out, or, I don't know, maybe you Wolverine it and your body pushes the bullet back out and you heal there, you know? I don't know, but just a healing ability is a power.
Yeah, that's true.
So was that guy, what was his name? Yeah, wait, didn't he die?
Chase? Is that his name, Chase?
He's one of the whatever twins.
Yeah.
I forget. I'll probably write it down.
I know, right?
Like, what was it, episode 1, 2? Right? Does that sound right? They haven't been around for a while.
Yeah, because they shot the president, right? The original president?
Yeah, they shot at him.
They shot at him? Is that what you said?
They shot at her and she saved everybody, remember?
Yeah, she changed.
But after they did that, isn't that when he died? Didn't he die then?
Supergirl chased him through the woods and he fell down the hill?
The woman was still alive, too.
Yeah, she got in the jail, right? The prison?
Yeah. I don't have their names on here anywhere.
I know, right? Okay, so she was impeached.
Notes on episode 1.
Yeah, I know, so...
Or maybe 2.
Otis and Mercy Graves.
Oh, yeah, I have it right there. I was looking for Chase after you said Chase.
Yeah. Oh, Chase Graves. He's in...
That's a different show.
iZombie.
All right. So Otis and Mercy Graves.
Hey, at least I was close. Chase's last name is Graves too.
Yeah, it's part of Fillmore.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm just trying to wrap my head around Lex being in it and all the manipulation and everything he's done and stuff. It's
crazy. Freaking long con. He's... Even while he's dying, he's so manipulative.
Yeah.
It's insane.
So, I wonder if he had... Like, how did he know that there was going to be an attack on the dam to short the power?
Unless he's working with Manchester.
Was working with Manchester? He's dead now. Maybe, I guess. I suppose he's dead. I mean, he, disintegrated, and his ring was left. Why was the ring left, but all his clothes disintegrated?
I don't know. The ring is made out of a off-world material.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Man,
I'm
pretty sure the elites are gone now. Like, if they just killed off Manchester Black and the other 3 have been captured or whatever, the elites are done. So we had a little elite arc for 2-3 episodes, kind of.
Yeah. Okay. So a mini villain type situation. Gotcha. Okay.
But what does this mean for John?
I don't know. He's so dark. So angry.
I love when he turned into it, but then he and hit him in the chest with that thing, and all of a sudden they stabbed him with a needle with a chair. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, I couldn't watch those scenes because it was showing his past with his daughters.
No, I'm talking about whenever they were done with that and the Martian was gone.
I know, but they showed the needle before, it was cutting back and forth, so I couldn't watch those scenes, and then you couldn't watch the scenes that they were cutting to with the needle and everything, and then it cuts back to John, and I'm like, oh!
I get what they're doing with the needle, I don't need to see it. Just show Lena from behind, go like this, that's all I need.
With the technology that she creates, she can find some other way to administer this
Not
other
fast
than
enough, I guess.
a 6-inch needle, you know?
Anything else? Guard dropping the glass of water, all that kind of stuff was staged by this guy, I guess.
Which I kind of figured, like, it was kind of extreme the way that he was treating him. But, I mean, you know that he had fun. Like, the brother had fun doing this to Lex. He's like, what? I get to pick on you, boss? Sure.
I enjoyed the story about Lena's mom. I like that. You'd be like, man, that's really sad and sweet. I love it. I hate you, Lex.
I know, exactly. And I like how he summed it up that I came from poison and that you came from love.
That's why he knew that she would do the stuff that she's doing. Because Lex would let him die. He wouldn't care about someone else.
Yeah, because I like how whenever she came back into the room.
He would have just tested it on whoever. He wouldn't have cared either.
Yeah, exactly. He sets up these anthills to wait for the ants to come and destroy them all.
What about Kara and Alex? I hated her hounding her about where she is when she's trying to stop Manchester and stuff, but she doesn't know and she can't tell her and stuff. But I liked how it came around with she's like, I felt like I needed to do something, and Alex was even though Alex doesn't know that she's Supergirl, her thing about feeling helpless, because Supergirl typically shouldn't feel helpless. You know, she can fight whatever, but she couldn't do anything in that moment for James. There was nothing she could do. So there's not very often that you have someone like Superman or Supergirl who feels helpless. Yeah. Except for in that kind of situation.
That's true.
So even though Alex didn't know that she's Supergirl, she brought up the feeling helpless kind of thing towards Kara and stuff, and I think it hit Kara, and she's like, yeah, that's what it was. So it's kind of neat.
Yeah, I like that. But her hiding it just made me so angry the whole time because, we didn't have to wipe your mind.
They'll find out by the end of the season, right?
They have to. I hope so.
Haley will be dead or something, right? And then the president will be dead or something, and Lockwood will be president.
Well, maybe Russia... No. Maybe Russian Supergirl comes in, and then Supergirl has to out her identity for some reason because... She wants everyone to know that that's not her.
Maybe.
But this episode had a definite theme of siblings, you know? Because we brought in James Olsen's sister. Yeah. We had
Lena
Otis and Lena and Lex, and then Otis of the twins, and...
Kara and Alex.
So, I'm wondering why.
I don't know. Well, we also had a little bit with... I like seeing Brainy. Me and Brainy both were blaming themselves. A moment of, vulnerability, and they kiss each other and stuff, and then Brainy says they couldn't... Which reminds me, what was it that she said?
Wildcat?
I don't think she said Wildcat. Wildcats.
Whatever you say, Wildcat.
I still say, you're Wildcat.
Well, now you've said that.
I know.
I don't know.
I wish we had subtitles.
It could be a reference to the movie that I don't remember that they were referring to.
Oh, with Keanu Reeves?
Yeah.
Maybe look up IMDb Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, he's in so many movies. What am I going to do? I don't know what movie he's talked about.
Whatever love movie he's in. It's definitely not Matrix.
It could be 1,000 things. If she turned and whatever you say, Neo, you know what I mean? It could be a reference like that. But it could also be a reference of, I don't know, a real name or something. Or I don't know what it's supposed to be. She's had a dream about something else, and she's mad that she didn't have a dream about James, that she could have saved and done something. She had a dream about something else.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you want to go to Q&As? Do you have anything else?
Not any bullets. Can't put poison. Hate her love. Just Brainy's yelling about Mon-El.
Upset about everything.
Yeah. I liked Brainy's break during this, seeing him very emotional instead of just putting it inside of a box, inside of another box, inside of a bigger box. He actually was very emotional in this episode, which was kind of nice to see.
Yeah. Typically, he's not like that. So, seeing him, that weakness. I mean, what was it you said? What's he doing putting it in a box? I think he was wiping away tears.
Yeah.
Crying.
Just box.
Alright, guys, we're going to hop into Supergirl Q&As and see what you guys thought of this episode. And if you have any questions or thoughts or maybe things that we missed or any of that. So, let's see what you guys said. Hashtag Supergirl Q&A at BlindWaveProd. We have Derek, who said, what were your first impressions of John Cryer of 2.5 Men fame in his debut as Lex Luthor? A fun fact, he also played Lex's nephew, Lenny Luthor, in Superman 4: The Quest for Peace. That's probably one of the least watched movies of the Superman series I've seen, because I believe 4 is a little weird. I think it had Richard Pryor, if I recall. I don't think it's everyone's favorites. I mean, those were all kind of campy movies back in the day anyway, but anyway, I do not remember that. I mean, he definitely did better than I would have expected. Had you told me before we seen this, like, hey, 2.5 Men star John Cryer is gonna be Lex Luthor, I've been like, what? Like, oh yeah, the guy that played opposite Charlie Sheen, like that guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I'd be like, I don't know. Okay, I feel like it'd kind of be like hey, Heath Ledger's gonna play Joker, back in the day. Like, wait, you mean Pretty Boy Heath Ledger from like?
I guess he used to be.
10 Things I Hate About You, and it was more kind of teen drama, kind of romantic comedy, that kind of stuff, like Heartthrob, Heath Ledger, Joker, but it's, I don't know, the very first scene really did well for me. I think he had a lot of he had a lot of presence. He had his kind of anger and psychotic-y kind of feel, and I don't know, it went really well.
Very dark. He just felt dark.
I didn't notice him from 2.5 Men right away.
I heard his voice, and I'm like, I know that voice. But that's no one that I recognize from Supergirl.
Yeah.
So I was like, who is that?
And it messed me up a bit, too, because I missed the very beginning thing when it said about, 4 years ago. Because I was like, when is this? And they said today. I'm like, damn it, I missed a thing. I had to have... It must have been the past. I don't know. And it wasn't until later on, it had to have been the past, right? Especially if he's sick now. If he does die, it can't be the future. But then when it ended at the end, I'm like, maybe it could have been the future. But why the hell would they tell us it was the future now,
I think I thought that we were distracted by talking about James, but I was probably distracted by the voice, because it was just his voice.
But
yeah.
First impression, you like him?
Yeah.
I think he's doing pretty good.
Yeah, I'm very surprised.
Seems decent enough.
Like I said before, I saw him in 2.5 Men, and he's like this pushover that gets shoved by Charlie Sheen and has to take care of his kid all the time, you know? And he's usually a good dad. He's very nice, just bops along and happy and just depressed and sad. Not mean, manipulative, blah, or dark and angry. This is insane.
It was definitely different than what I would have expected. So he did a pretty good job. It's not bad.
And my first thought was that, isn't he much older than Katie McGrath, or whatever her name is, Lena?
The actor?
Yeah.
I mean, he should be, though. He should be older in some fashion.
After he talked about the story, I was like, oh, so he's about 8 years older, so that makes sense. He is supposed to be older.
Yeah. See, the idea I thought here is that we'd already had Lex. He already went through his Superman phase. Superman's been here for a while. He's fought Lex. Lex is done. He's out. Now they brought him back in. I was like, oh, okay. Well, so could this be our big villain? Is that the connection that they contacted for this Russian Supergirl?
Oh, snap. I think we jokingly said Lex before.
I mean, that's a possibility as well,
Yeah. But, dang. No, remember, a couple seasons ago, whenever they first brought out the Lex suit?
Yeah.
I think we were both calling that, hopefully, that they bring Lex in. So I'm glad it's been a little bit of a wait.
Yeah.
But it's awesome to have him in the show.
I mean, they've mentioned him several times and stuff. I think they might have shown a young Lex way back. I can't remember.
And a Lena flashback or something.
Yeah. I remember they showed a young Lena before, but I thought maybe they showed a young Lex as well, in a little suit.
Maybe. That's so cute.
Lover Sashimi says, if you had a secret lair, what object would you use to hide your button or switch that opens your secret lair?
So for Lex, the watch, what would you use?
I would have a Bulbasaur that you have to push into his bulb. That's where the secret button is.
I think everybody would expect that from you.
Yeah, but no one wants to shove their finger into a bulb. It seems weird. I mean, what do you want me to have?
I don't know. Like a dirty diaper sitting on the floor. Just a random dirty diaper.
Is that what yours is? Yours like a dirty diaper?
Yeah, and then you just have to step on it.
You step on this dirty diaper, it squishes under your feet. You're gross. I'll stick with my Bulbasaur.
No one would expect a dirty diaper.
Pepsi Queen says, if your sibling was an evil mastermind and was seeking help from you to find a cure for his or her illness, would you help them? Or maybe if you've already found the cure, would you give it to the evil mastermind?
I feel like...
If it was Lex, no. I'm done.
I feel like I'd be in Lena's shoes, where Lena was kind of battling with the idea of giving it to him. But I don't know. I don't know. Her final decision was, no, I'm not going to. My final decision, I really don't know. I probably would because they're my brother.
I don't know. If it was in this kind of situation, I feel like no. But if it's like in my normal, I don't know, an evil mastermind though, Melanie. They're evil mastermind. It isn't just little Timmy, okay?
Little Timmy, little 6-foot Timmy.
That little Timmy fell in the well, okay? This is an evil mastermind. He's in that well because his layer's down there, okay?
Yeah, I don't know.
So besides being in Lena's shoes, Dr. Winchester wants us to be in someone else's shoes. If you were given the choice, would you want to be stuck in a wheelchair or be a guinea pig for Lena's treatment? So if you were James and had the option to be able to choose which way you want to go, would you want to just take that? Like, James was in even worse because, like, most likely he was going to be paralyzed. And with the surgery, he definitely, like, there could have been worse things.
Yeah.
So there's death, there's definitely a wheelchair, or there's let Lena use a drug on me and see what happens.
I'd probably volunteer to be a guinea pig. What about you?
Now that needle.
Yeah, I was gonna
let me die. Just let me die. I'm done. Done.
You'd prefer to die than be injected in the heart with a...
They also want to do that surgery and stuff to me. I don't want to do none of that. No. I mean, if I'm asleep, I don't care. So I guess if I was James, I'm just like...
Well, James
fine.
was dead.
So
well,
if I'm asleep and I can't feel it and I can't see it, tell him to do it to me while I'm like this, okay?
Okay.
But if I'm there going like, hey guys, what's going on? I don't want it. Let me die. Give me some... Do that stuff to me so I fall
count
asleep.
down from 10. 10, 9...
Yeah, I don't even remember that. Whenever I went under for a surgery once, they said... I think they said countdown. Because I know they always do that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But no, the room when I went into it was playing Semi-Charmed Life. And I remember going in and just being like, do, 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 do. Like, it was fun. Allison says, at first I was thinking, really? This is Lex Luthor? Then that last minute really brought home that manipulative, sociopathic lunatic that we've heard so much about. What do you think about how Lex put in place so many contingencies? No, I mean, that's Lex Luthor for you. Yeah. I mean, the actor himself, I thought, did a good job. And then the whole episode, like, I feel like they want you to be like, oh, you know, Lex is dying. This is the end. He's kind of making amends for the bad things he did by helping his sister, maybe. But the whole time, in the back of my mind, I'm like, I don't know if I believe him. I want to like him. I love this little story about his mom. This poor guy's coughing up blood. He's gonna die, but he's probably lying and faking it all anyway. You know.
A super-powered Lex. Like, that's what we have on our hands.
Well,
it's not like he wasn't bad to begin
superpower.
with.
What extent of superpower is it? He's healed. Was there actually superpowers involved? Or what? I don't know. I don't know.
We know that there's just powerful healing. But, I mean, he could have changed it before he gave it to himself also, you know?
Yeah.
He was there in the lab. He had all the access.
Especially if the guard he had was just that one guy. What?
Testmacher even warned Lena.
Oh, man, our sign's not on. Warned about what?
warned her about the whole, you sure you want... Yeah, it turned off in the middle of the reaction.
He did it.
Are you sure you want to give Lex complete access of all your research? Like, Tessmacher even warned her. Oh, I forgot about that. Oh, I hate Lex so much. Just makes me so angry.
Dobby has a couple things here, so let me read through them. I guess now we know the American friend of Russian Supergirl. The actor did better than I expected, giving a sense that Lex is always messing with you. Do you think Lex will team up with Lockwood or force Lockwood to work with Supergirl? Try a drug that could cure the person but is dangerous and untested, or take the safe surgery that's safe. Okay, that's kind of what we talked about already with James's thing. So, what do you think about Lex and Lockwood? Is there going to be a connection of some sort there?
I'm sure there already is.
I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think there is. I'm gonna say he'll... The Children of Liberty push the agenda that Lex Luthor would want, which is to, like, push out aliens, you know, show Superman and Supergirl as false gods, you know, their power and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So he probably would team up with them, I think.
Oh, without a doubt. That's why I'm surprised that why you think that he's not.
A lot of people asking what we thought about Lex. Magnus says he thinks he did a good job, was very skeptical when they announced it. I wonder how long ago they announced it.
I have no idea.
But I like to take a wait-and-see approach, and I was pleasantly surprised. While Jose says, I was personally surprised. He did a good job considering he plays mostly comedic roles.
Oh.
Magnus says Chocos, the food that Brainy was trying to get out of the vending machine, is Martian Manhunter's favorite cookies from the comics.
Oh, that's funny.
They are just Oreos, but they couldn't use that brand name.
Oh, that's funny. I like that.
Charles B. asks what we think about Eve being bad, Miss Tessmacher. And he says that he loves Lex yelling Miss Tessmacher. Yes, I love that too. I thought it was great that they did the Miss Tessmacher, and then she runs into... I hate that she ran in there and put a gun on Lena, but...
Always. She's always been working with him.
Yeah, maybe it's a trick. I don't know.
That is such a long con. Because Miss Tessmacher was on here before we even had Lena, right?
Yeah. No. Yeah. Lena came in season 3. Is that right?
And Tessmacher was with them now?
No, she came in middle of season 2. Tessmacher came in the beginning of season 2, I think.
So close to the same time anyway.
Tessmacher came in and replaced Kara as Cat Grant's assistant.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right. So Cat Grant was still around.
Yeah, but she left around season 2, I believe. So, somewhere in season 2-ish. Crusader says the dam set they used is the same one that Clark met Bizarro in Smallville, and that they filmed the Legends of Tomorrow first look footage. They had a Legends of Tomorrow thing. They had a Flash character in there. There's a giant foot that came down. Remember that? I kind of remember that. Dobby wants to know, out of their first episode and how they were portrayed in that episode, which character introduction did you like more, Lex Luthor or Superman? Lex Luthor. Because I believe the first time we saw Superman was him getting controlled.
Mind controlled.
Right?
Yeah.
By Marietta?
Yeah.
Right? Because he'd been human for so long. Or on Earth, he basically became human. Something along those lines, right? So he like flew in and was...
Yep, and walked.
Yeah, so
But we never saw his face.
Yeah, well, he wasn't really introduced until like season 2, episode 1 or something like that. Like, it was like the season 2, beginning of it, that he was there. And then he got mind controlled in season 2 again and had to fight Supergirl.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say Lex Luthor.
I like Lex Luthor because we had a whole episode with him. Mm-hmm. And, like, we got to meet his character and, like, understand that this actor can portray Lex very well.
Yeah.
Superman has the short end of the stick for the reasons that you already addressed. But I feel like if we just go by appearances, like, just the look of them, definitely Superman hit it, like, right on the nose. And then Lex Like, it's like, yeah, I can see him as Lex. He makes a pretty good Lex. But Superman is like, wow, he's like a Tom Welling almost, or like he just has that Superman look to him, that jawline. You know, we all like went kind of crazy over it. And then Lex, we're like, oh, he's bald.
There you go, he's bald.
So, but actor-wise, I think 2.5 Men guy does a wonderful job at Lex. So.
John Cryer.
Versus Superman, I'm like, yeah, he's a pretty good Superman.
He looks good, too, as a Superman.
Yeah, he looks good as Superman.
Crusader says, if you guys don't remember, Otis and Mercy were killed by a Hellgrammet early this season after they poisoned the air with kryptonite.
What's a Hellgrammet?
I don't know. Hellgrammite. Hellgramite? Remember them poisoning the air with kryptonite, right? And Supergirl was in that suit. I remember them... I don't know how Otis would have survived, but I don't really remember the instance. Do you?
No. I thought he supposedly died whenever he fell off the hill with Supergirl, but I guess he came back. Because, yeah, that's right, because then he broke his sister out. And they did the kryptonite thing.
Jose says, how has Eve been working for Lex Luthor this whole time? When she was introduced, she was Cat Grant's assistant after Kara started her career as a reporter.
Exactly!
Like, she didn't take the reporting... she didn't take the assistant job after Lena was there.
No, that's why I was like, I think she showed up before Lena was even introduced.
Maybe she was put in place to... Okay, given that if she's bad this whole time, she was put in place to be able to keep tabs on people like Jimmy Olsen,
True.
the news in general, kind of know what was happening, what's going on. It was kind of like a... Jesus, so loud. It's just a TV. Because Shane's out there, he turning something up. Maybe it was like more of like an information gathering kind of thing, rather than being there for Lena. And then once Lena came in place, it was kind of like, well, let me move on to here.
I guess it makes sense because remember whenever Lena started talking like scientifically, and then Tessmacher's like, oh yeah, so you mean if you do this and this and this, blah 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 blah. She's like, wow, you do have a brain. So I think it kind of surprised us whenever she showed that she was very intelligent also.
Yeah.
So I guess it makes sense that Lex planted her and then used her.
Yeah.
But dang, Lex. Dang.
It also works with showing, like, she's like, oh, you know, sorry I didn't hear you. Here's the drug. You know, like that moment there when she's like, I brought the drug. She brought it because of Lex to help push it because she knew something was going to happen. So she conveniently brought the drug.
And then told Lex that it worked, so then Lex went ahead and took it.
Yeah. Now, I Heart Caramel says, also, is Eve even Eve? Could she be Otis's sister Mercy?
And have one of those images on her?
I don't know. I mean, if they're both dead, could they both have lived? And could Mercy be Eve? I don't think she was Eve the whole time. Maybe Eve's been tossed away somewhere. But I don't think that's the case.
I don't know. Whenever she first walked in, I was hoping that she had one of those image inducers on her, but guess not.
Graham wants to know, do we think that Eve will be the mistress or girlfriend of Lex like she has been before? In the final scene, she did look at him with some form of adoration. Possibly. I don't know.
In Smallville, was Eve the brunette that kept visiting Lex? Do you remember?
No, I don't remember.
It's
I don't
been
think so.
so long ago. But wow, they'd make a good couple because she's extremely intelligent and Lex is intelligent and manipulative. So. Yeah.
Dip says, do you guys think Manchester is gone for good or will we see him again? Also, John needs to find a nice middle ground between being a man of peace and being a man hunter. I like John Cryer. Excited to see more from him. I don't know. Manchester? Yeah. I feel like what they showed us was that, okay, he's dead, he's gone. John responded, I don't want to tell him about how I got it. Had to kill him, Manchester's dead. Like, everything they said and showed us this episode points to him being dead. Which, depending on what they do with John, can be a nice route for the story they want to tell with him. He's not, he's not the most powerful character, but he also was an interesting character, so I don't really want him gone. He was gathering gadgets and stuff, to try to be able to combat. It's kind of like Lex Luthor. But if we have Lex Luthor, I don't know.
I don't feel like Manchester's gone, even though that they tried to plant some clues saying that he was.
Yeah.
I feel like he knew what he was doing, because all he wants John to do is to kill. Like, he wants him to be pushed past that limit. And he knew that he was toying with his mind. He knew how badly and how hard he was pushing him. So I feel like somehow there's a trick going on, but I don't know what it is. Maybe there is an image inducer on this person. But
they use that weird cloning thing and control somebody else to make it look like him, and then I don't know about that. Maybe. All right, guys, that looks like it for the questions on Supergirl. It was a good episode. I liked it. I'm interested to see where they go next, especially with Supergirl. I don't know how she got there so fast, but she's there. What's she gonna do? Can they stand up against her? I don't know. But before we leave today, we need a poll, which Melanie had the perfect poll, and it was:
is Manchester really dead?
Yeah, there you go. Is Manchester actually gone, or will we be getting him back again? I think that's a good one to go with. We had a lot of conversation about Lex Luthor already and stuff too, so I think the majority of the Q&As kind of had a positive spin on Lex Luthor and people accepting him. So I don't think we need to.
I think everyone was pleasantly surprised by his performance.
So I don't think we need a poll on that, but a poll about Manchester Black, and is he actually gone or will he return? Let us know what you guys think. We kind of talked about that a little bit. I think he might be gone. Melanie said that she thinks that they're trying to point us that way, but maybe he's actually not, and he'll come back again. So let us know what you guys think. Make sure you guys leave a comment over at patreon.com/blindwave in that poll as well, and we can discuss about that before next episode. So
bye.
Over there's a link for subscribing and for Patreon. You guys can find the polls, all that kind of stuff over at patreon.com/blindwave. You can find full link available over there as well. Make sure you guys get onto the website. You can find blindwave.net and check out our store. We have lots of cool merch. So that's it. We're done. What's that?